Please welcome psychologist Dr. Audrey Gusky to the show. Doc, I bring you out at the last minute, and I'm sorry we should have had more time, but should people be borrowing things? What's this whole thing about?
Well,
borrowing and
the
lending.
old saying is neither a borrow nor a lender be. And when you think about it, though, it's what builds these friendships. When you think of all these people who have borrowed things from their friends by giving them back and sharing a part of themselves. The lender tends to be giving a gift to these various borrowers. It's sort of like an expression of themselves. They're giving their love. But we found that borrowers tend to be very social and very outgoing, and these borrowers tend to be the people who, if you go, they're good drinking buddies, but if you got to the bar, they're probably going to forget their wallet. And
Absolutely.
so, and the lenders tend to be very altruistic and helpful and feel that they need to help the entire world. And you put these two groups of people together and you build these links with one another.
But should we not teach people today that if you use the term, let me borrow, then you are making a commitment in a contract? When you use the term, give me, then you don't have to give it back. So why don't we just start teaching people to say, if you know you're not going to give it back, hey, can I have that, please?
Yes.
Just go up to your friend and say, yeah, you know, I like your steam washer. Can I have that, please? And a friend who's a good friend might say, well, you know, I'm not using it right now. You can have it for the next 2 weeks, but I'd like you to bring it back.
Well, there are borrowers who will borrow, and with all intentions, as Jay had wanted to return those library books, but unfortunately she was very busy, she has family, she has obligations. We have people who have borrowed things and they forgot it. They put their library books on the shelf or their
Lisa and
encyclopedias.
Charlene.
Exactly.
Yeah, 19 years later.
Doesn't seem like you have anybody here on the stage that's really borrowed things and never intended not to give them back. Well, unfortunately, we have people out there who borrow things because they want that, and in their mind, they have no intention of that, ever giving it back.
We'll be back right after this. Some other advice to you, Doc.
Yeah, advice to borrowers. Hey, go out there and say to your friend, I've borrowed this thing. Most of the time, the person that's lent it to you is probably going to let you keep it anyway in the long run, and it's really not worth the strain and the stress that it's put on your friendship.
Absolutely. And then if you borrow something, don't think it's yours and you can lend it to everybody in the neighborhood either. We have one last thing. Is there a Heather here? Where's Heather at? Raise your hand. Heather, you know, now Janelle, you lent the dress. Where's Janelle at? Yeah, right. You know what? Your friend Heather borrowed something from you too, didn't she?
Yeah.
What did she borrow from you?
She borrowed a bag.
Heather, give the bag back. Join us on the next Montel One show. Come on up here. Give her that bag back. There you go. Give her your bag.